So, with the hearing from yesterday and the vote to allow Julianne to have it was really more of a determination that Andrew Ashcraft should have been in the PSPRS, according to that board. Is that going to affect the budget any?
Don't know.
And is there anticipated repercussions of more people coming forward requesting the same thing, which again could affect the budget?
I can't comment on that. Those persons that you described may or may not come forward. I can't speculate.
So, are you gonna have like contingency areas or something? I mean, if you, with hers, or is the city gonna appeal that, and so are they not worried about it right now, or?
The city will operate within its fiscal year 15 budget. We're in the budget process. We will adopt a budget. That budget, as it is every year, is based upon the best information we have. If the potential exposure of potential exposure to the city of the types that have been discussed recently, if they have not been quantified, then there's no way we can adopt a budget figure which anticipates how that would be paid for. That is a story which will unfold in the coming months.
Craig, will this increase Prescott's contributions to the PSPRS?
I can't answer that question. I don't know the answer to that question. I don't
Okay,
think
well,
anybody does.
Okay, will that be something that's determined here soon?
Well,
and how's that determination made?
yeah, again, I cannot comment or speculate on how this may play out. There was a hearing the other day. We don't know whether there will be additional hearings, and certainly no estimates are available, have been made about what the potential fiscal impact might be.
Okay, I'm looking for a general response from you as a city manager, if I could, in reaction to the effect of what happened at the hearing on the city.
And I'm not prepared to comment or make any general statement about that.
Okay, so can I clarify, I mean, that hearing yesterday was not technically a city function, correct?
It was a public safety board.
It was a
which is
public safety
established
board.
by statute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so will yesterday's hearing cause the city to reevaluate possibly things like the fuel management team and that sort of thing, to like perhaps reclassify them or something along those
Yeah,
lines?
well, certainly we're not in a position to comment on what the impacts and fallout of that, of those proceedings may be. What I can say is what has been said publicly in the budget, or concerning the budget, and that is that the primary focus is going to be to benefit Prescott residents through fuels reduction within the city limits. That was what we presented at the Part 1 budget workshop, and that is the approach.
Okay.
And as you recall, council recently authorized purchasing a piece of equipment to augment our capabilities with the mechanical equipment to increase production and so forth. So we have said it. It's in the presentation, in the materials, in print. Fire hazard reduction through removal of fuels, they call it, or vegetation, is among the highest priorities that we see for the city of Prescott
And
as a municipal service.
is the city also going to start kind of a larger campaign as far as education regarding defensible space and
Well,
such?
there is a pretty extensive campaign already, through the wildland urban interface and all of that. So we're going to do everything we can to make sure that message gets out. Those professionals work with homeowners associations and so forth. There are, FireWise, parts of our community and so forth, so that's very important, and we're going to continue that, certainly at the high level it is now.
And in the past, if people have needed help with clearing some of their vegetation, sometimes there's been help through fire departments. Is that, can they still call? Is there any information on that?
Well, the distinction is, or there is a distinction between public and private property. And usually the way that works is that if a property owner wants help in assessing what they can do to reduce fire hazard, then they will call our fire department. We will send somebody out and they will provide advice. For the actual removal on that private property, they would have somebody, tree remover, landscape firm do that. And then, what we do is if they move that material basically out to the side of the street or something, then we have our crew come and chip that and haul it away. There are some grants, however, the fire department does apply for grants, and some of that grant work is on privately owned property, whether it's nonprofits or something like that typically. So that's pretty much the only exception, is when we have a grant for working on large tracts of property.
And is the city still applying for grants in this area?
The city will continue to apply for grants for fuels reduction, yes.
Okay.
Yep. Okay?
Okay, thanks.
Busy day.
Yep. Were you going to graduation?
I graduated quite a few years ago.
I thought you might just want to go to the exciting